The instant your vehicle ceases to operate properly is a source of unease. You are familiar with the sensation. You are driving along, perhaps listening to your preferred playlist, when abruptly the engine hesitates, stumbles, or emits an unusual cough. You reduce the accelerator considering that it may be merely a peculiarity or a poor section of road. However, you are aware that deep down, your automobile is attempting to communicate with you. The culprit is a gasoline injector that is on the brink of failure more frequently than you may anticipate. Fuel injectors are the unsung champions of your engine. They are precision instruments that are concealed and spray fuel into each cylinder at precisely the right moment and in the correct quantity. Your engine purrs like a contented cat when it functions flawlessly. However, the problem commences when they fail to do so. The most alarming aspect is that a malfunctioning injector can duplicate other issues, such as clogged fuel filters, defective spark plugs, or even a dying ignition coil. This is why it is crucial to identify the early warning signs, as the longer you delay, the greater the risk of causing further injury. Let us examine the 5 most significant indicators that your fuel injector may be malfunctioning, and, more importantly, how you can resolve the issue before your vehicle becomes an expensive landscape ornament. Sign number 1. Your engine misfires as if it is experiencing stage fright. An engine misfire is one of the most evident indicators of a malfunctioning fuel injector, and you will undoubtedly detect it. Consider your engine as a choir, with each cylinder performing its function in perfect harmony. Consider the scenario in which one of those canisters malfunctions during the performance. This is a misfire, which can occur due to an obstructed, leaking, or electronically malfunctioning injector. Typically, the sensation is an abrupt jerk or stumble while driving, particularly when accelerating. In certain instances, the check engine light may illuminate, which is the vehicle's way of communicating that it is time to cease driving in this manner before an even more severe incident occurs. Raw fuel may accumulate in your catalytic converter if you disregard it, resulting in an unnecessary repair bill. The resolution of this issue is contingent upon the underlying cause. A high-quality gasoline injector cleaner may be effective in resolving a clog, particularly if the issue is minor and detected promptly. However, if the injector is visibly damaged or its internal coil is malfunctioning, it will be necessary to replace it. Replacing a single injector may suffice for a single cylinder misfire. However, for engines with higher mileage, it is frequently more prudent to replace the entire set. Sign number 2. Your vehicle consumes gasoline at an alarming rate. Your fuel injectors may be the cause of the increased discomfort your wallet experiences at the pump. When injectors are either stuck open or leaking, they release an excess of gasoline into the cylinder, resulting in richer engine performance. This not only results in fuel waste, but it can also result in an exhaust that emits an odor reminiscent of raw gasoline. In addition to increasing the cost of petroleum, running rich can also cause damage to your catalytic converter, foul your spark plugs, and remove the oil film from your cylinder walls, thereby increasing the wear and tear on your engine. The odor of fuel is not merely an inconvenience, it poses a fire hazard. The most effective method of verifying this is to utilize a scan instrument that reads both your short-term and long-term fuel trims. Your engine may be experiencing a leaky injector if the numbers indicate that it is perpetually compensating for excess fuel. In that event, cleansing will be ineffective. The injector will require replacement. Depending on the depth of the engine compartment and the level of comfort, this task can range from a simple DIY afternoon project to a mechanic's service. Sign number 3, rough idling that causes you to feel every vibration. The idle of your vehicle should be smooth, steady, and nearly imperceptible, as if it is scarcely breathing. However, the precision of operation may be lost when a fuel injector begins to malfunction. In contrast, the engine may vibrate in a manner that is difficult to disregard, the RPM needle may wiggle, and the steering wheel may tremble. This occurs due to the fact that one or more cylinders are not receiving the necessary fuel at the station. It is akin to attempting to maintain the equilibrium of a spinning top while lacking one hand. Rough idling can progress to halting if left unattended, which is not only inconvenient but also hazardous in traffic. A sticky injector may occasionally be revived by meticulously scrubbing it with a direct-to-injector fuel system tool. However, if the injector is irreparable, the sole viable alternative is to replace it. It is advisable to inspect the injector seals while you are in the vicinity, as damaged seals can also result in unmetered air escapes that exacerbate idle. Sign number 4, your vehicle appears to be underpowered and sluggish. A general loss of power is one of the most aggravating symptoms of a failing fuel injector. Upon pressing the accelerator, you anticipate a surge. However, your vehicle reacts as though it has just awoken from a slumber. This occurs as a result of an unbalanced air-fuel mixture in your engine, which is frequently lean as a result of an obstructed injector. Running lean not only deprives you of power, but it can also cause detonation knocking by overheating your cylinders, which can result in severe engine damage. This is not the time to delay if your vehicle is experiencing a lack of power, particularly during highway merges or uphill treks. More than mere speculation is necessary to diagnose this. Mechanics frequently implement a balance test, which involves the sequential disabling of each injector and the subsequent measurement of the resulting reduction in RPM. An injector is considered problematic if it fails to demonstrate any changes in one of its cylinders. The engine's cadence and the performance of your vehicle will be restored by replacing it. Sign number 5, difficult starts that make you feel like you are in Siberia. You either turn the key or press the start switch, and your engine then begins to crank and crank and crank. It eventually comes to life, but you are aware that there is an issue. If your battery and starter are functioning properly, the problem may be a fuel injector that is leaking fuel into the cylinder after shutoff, causing it to flood. Alternatively, the engine may be starved during initiation due to an injector that is not opening at all. Both scenarios are detrimental to both your engine and your disposition. Lubricating oil can be washed away by flooding, while chilly starts are nearly impossible due to fuel depletion. In either case, it is imperative to verify the diagnosis prior to applying components to the issue. A leaky unit may be indicated by a fuel pressure test that reveals whether your injectors are hemorrhaging pressure when the engine is off. The issue is typically resolved by replacing the defective injector. However, replacing all of the injectors at once will prevent the need to repeat the task shortly if multiple injectors are exhibiting symptoms of aging. How to maintain the health of your injectors. Although injectors are susceptible to failure over time, they can be prolonged by adhering to a few straightforward practices. It is crucial to use high-quality fuel, as cheaper mixtures may contain deposits that clog injectors more rapidly. Run a top-tier fuel system cleaner regularly, particularly if you drive short distances and the engine does not completely warm up. Additionally, it is crucial to recognize early symptoms, as detecting issues before their progression into more severe ones can result in substantial savings on restorations, potentially into the thousands. In conclusion, although fuel injectors may not be as visually appealing as a turbocharger or as conspicuous as a pair of gleaming exhaust tips, they are essential for the proper functioning and health of your vehicle. Your vehicle's method of signaling failure includes misfires, poor fuel economy, jarring idle, loss of power, and hard starts. Pay attention to it. Do not hesitate if you suspect an injector issue. Whether it necessitates a complete overhaul or a thorough cleansing, addressing the issue promptly will safeguard your engine, enhance your fuel efficiency, and restore the smooth performance that has been absent. In the end, a vehicle that functions properly is not only a pleasure to operate, it is also a source of tranquility on 4 wheels. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.